Welcome to my channel, my beautiful sisters. I hope you all are doing good. As like from the title, you already know what you're about to watch. I myself right now, I don't even have the energy. Like, I'm not in a very good mood right now. I'm a little bit, I don't know if I should be sad or I should be happy. I just wake up from sleep right now, and today is Sunday, almost 3. It's either 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. Like, I have been thinking if I should put this out here or I should just keep it to myself. You know, there are some people out there that when you open up or you share your story, some people will judge you, or some people even laugh at you or mock you. So the reason I'm putting this out here is because I know that there might be someone out there that might relate to my story. Yeah, so I don't want to waste your time. I just want you to, maybe if I come here and talk or share my story with you all, I think I will be a little bit relieved. Like, I'll feel like that sadness or that depression is going to go away. Like, because right now I feel like I'm all alone in this. Like, I feel like I'm alone. It's not like my mom is not aware or my boyfriend is not aware, but I just feel alone right now. And I'll be telling you everything. I'll explain to you why I'm feeling like this. So just keep on watching. I just pray that I'll not start crying. I have this with me. I just pray I will not cry, because I'm someone that is so emotional. But I have to do this. Like, I have been thinking. So on sorry about that. So on the 10th of this month, because I was feeling somehow, I'm a first time soon to be mom, so I don't have a lot of experience concerning all this stuff. So I have been experiencing like abdominal cramps, even waist pain. I was to a point where I was thinking that maybe it's because I want to, like, my period is about to come, because whenever I want to menstruate, I'll always feel like I always have this waist pain, the abdominal cramp. I don't usually feel it, but as for the waist pain, it's always there. Like, it should not be too serious. It's just something that will just pain me for like one day, not even up to 1 day, like 2 or 3 hours, just something normal that will just come and go. But this time around, I was feeling cramps on my waist, my abdomen. Like, it was so severe, like mostly on the right side. I was just so confused, because right now I live in Douala and I'm here alone. I don't have any relative here. Like, I don't have any close friends. You know, there are some friends out there, immediately you open up to them, they'll use it, or they'll start spraying the news all over the place. So I don't have that trustworthy friends. First of all, I'm in Douala, so I was just here alone, and I was not ready to open up to my mom to tell her what is happening. I was scared. So my age, I will tell you people my age. I'm 24 years old. 24 years old. So I was a little bit scared while I was feeling all this pain, because last month I saw my menses. It was on the 2nd of last month. I don't know who is at my door. Is it? I don't know. I don't think they're knocking at my door. Sorry about that. So while I was feeling all this pain, the thing that actually got my attention was when the pain was just too much. I wanted to take a supplement, like a skin, like something like skin supplement, and the supplement is written there that pregnant women or lactating mothers are not allowed to take the supplement. So something kept on telling me, go and do a pregnancy test, go and do it, because when I was expecting my menses, like just expecting my menses this November. But it was not coming. I said, maybe there are times where my menses will come maybe on the 1st, and the next month you skip and go to on the 25th or 15th or 18. I was just saying that maybe it's one of those things. Let me just hold on. Let me just wait a little more. But since I wanted to take that supplement, and I already bought the supplement, I made a very big mistake by buying that supplement without first of all taking the test. So something kept on telling me that you need to go and get a pregnancy. I went to the pharmacy and I got this. I don't know if you can see this. I bought this at the pharmacy. I'll show you all how it looks like. This is what I went to the pharmacy and they gave me. So I went there, I bought it because I was planning to start taking the supplement the next morning. I bought the supplement on the 10th. So I wanted to start taking it the next morning, which was on the 11th of this month. So I said, okay, let me just buy this pregnancy test and do the stuff. Honestly, I was not even thinking of or even believing that maybe I might be pregnant or whatsoever. But immediately I did it. I took my first urine in the morning, and I did the test immediately. It did not even take up to 1 minute, just like 2 or 3 seconds. That 2 red line, like I closed my eyes when I was doing it, and I saw that it's 2 red line. I said, oh God. So like it was as if I was dreaming. Oh my God. You know, when you're not even prepared for something, or you're not ready, or you're not even thinking towards that direction, and something like this suddenly happened. Like I was so confused. My boyfriend is not in Cameroon. He was here in Cameroon, but he left last month. He left at the end of last month, the end of October. So that morning, because I was already talking with him, I said I have been experiencing such thing and my breasts are just increasing. I don't know. And he asked me, are you sure you're not pregnant? I said, I don't know. And he asked me, have you gone to the hospital to do some tests? Or I said, I will first of all need to go to the pharmacy, get this, and then come and do the test at home myself. If I don't see something that is meaningful, then I'll go to the hospital. And he said, okay. So when I did the test, I checked him. He was not online. And he was not online. And the first thing my mom, I was just thinking about my mom. I said, okay, let me just call my mom and tell her what is happening. So I called my mom. Sorry, I'm sweating because of the heat. I called my mom. I told her, I called her. I said, Mama, good morning. It was in the morning. And she said, morning, how are you? I said, I'm fine. I said, there's something I would like to tell you, but I'm scared. I don't know how you will take it. And she asked me, what is the matter? Go ahead, tell me, don't be scared. I told her, I said, Mama, I'm pregnant. She said, well, it's a good news. Why will I be angry, or why will I yell at you? She said, gone are those days that parents will beat their children up, or start tormenting them, or start doing stuff to them. She said, we are in a modern way now, so she might do something, or she might start yelling at me. And also, she's not beside me. What if she says something bad and then I'll go and do something stupid to myself? She said I should not worry. And the next thing was that he asked me, do you know the father, do you know the person that got you pregnant? I said, of course. Mama, I know. I'm not that type that I will be sleeping around that or get pregnant. I will not know the person that impregnates me. I know the person that. And she asked, have you discussed with him? Is he aware? What is he saying about it? I told my mom that I've checked him online, but he's not online. but he's a nice person. And before taking this test, I already discussed with him, and I was telling him how I was feeling, and he said he is not scared of anything. Even if I'm pregnant, he is ready for it, that he is not going to be scared. And my mom said okay, like, because I remember when I was still in school, there was one time there was a rumor that I'm pregnant. While I was not pregnant, you know, all the village people, when you're in the village, actually schooling in the village, people would rumor all over the place. This news entered my mother's ears that I'm pregnant. I was on my period by that time. You know, you not believe what my mother did. My mother called me to her room. I went there. My mother undressed me, and she said, "Let me like undress myself." I said, "Mom, what are you doing? How can you ask me to undress myself? Why?" She said she has her reason. That she asked me, "Are you pregnant?" I said, "No, I was still a virgin back then." I said, "I'm not pregnant." Do you know what my mom did? My mom undressed me, and when my mom saw that my pad was on, she removed it and saw blood. She was so weak. She said, "I'm sorry." That time, so when this thing now happened, and I told her, and I got this reaction from her, I said, God. Now my fear is that I'm someone that all my life I've grown up without my father by my side. Yeah. My father is of late. Sorry, I was not ready to do this on camera, but I can't just hold it back. Each time when I think about this, I always cry. So my father passed away when my mom was pregnant with me. Like, my mom was just 2 weeks pregnant, because I'm actually the first child, and my mom was pregnant with me. She was 2 weeks pregnant when my father passed away. From what I have been hearing, they said my father was poisoned in his workplace. They poisoned him. So all my life, and nobody told me that my father was not alive, because when my mom was pregnant, and after she lost my dad, her mother, back then her mother was still alive. I mean, my grandmom, my mother's mom, was still alive. So her mom asked her to come to the village, which is the northwest region. My mom went there, and my grandmother told my mom that this child should be like, don't ever tell this child that her father is not alive. My mother has her elder brother, and the grandmother, like, my mother stayed there with me. My mother stayed there all through her pregnancy until she put to bed. So when she gave birth to me, I was like 1 to 2 years old when they handed me over to my uncle. So my uncle had already married. Like, he had a wife at home, and I was living with them. The reason I was living with them was because they didn't want me to go back with my mom, and my mom would be the one with my mom would be living with me all by herself, and maybe I will realize my dad is no more. You know all those stuff. So that's why my grandmother handed me over to my mother's elder brother, and just told him that this child, I'm giving you this child. Take this child as your own. Take very good care of her. Do not allow her know that you are not her biological father, like her real dad. So treat her nice. So my uncle took me I was living with him until 5 years old. My uncle was like, he's a nice person, very, very nice person. But the wife, the wife is not a nice woman. This woman did so many horrible things. Like, she maltreated me. Like 5 years old, I was already cooking. Like, I'll fry jollof rice, I'll grind pepper, I'll go and fetch water, I'll do all sorts of house chores. As little and skinny I was, like, you know, when a child is still very, very small, like when you're living with any child, even if you're not the mother of that child, please always make sure you take very good care of that child. Like, this woman, this lady was just maltreating me anyhow. When my uncle would go to the farm in the morning, I'll be left at home with the lady. And no matter what, like, if she do, like, she will just do anything that she pleases with me. I will not have any right to tell my uncle, because if I tell my uncle, the next day, if my uncle beats her, even if my uncle beats her, the next day my uncle go to the farm, I will still be there. I'll remain at home. I'll stay at home with her, and she will still punish me. So it's better I keep quiet. And I remember this thing, like, I will never forget this. I was always looking unkept, barefooted, and my gown that I was wearing, if you look like this two corner like this, you will see that my whole body, my skin was always looking outside, and my hair was always looking red. You know, when a child, you're not taking good care of a child, you just see how unkempt and nasty the child is looking. Like 5 a.m. in the morning, I'll start carrying water, because my uncle is the type of person that will get up very early, at 4 a.m., 5 o'clock, and go to the farm. Once she knows that my uncle has already left for the farm, she'll start doing all her stuff. So the neighbors that were living just around us, those be seeing everything. When my mother will come to visit us, my mother always call before coming. And when my mother will call, my uncle's wife, she would bathe me, apply this mayanga, apply it all over my body, so my body will be shining. Then she'll give me a nice cloth for me to wear, because she knows that my mom is coming. And each time my mom will come to visit, my mom will see me how I'm blinking, like shining, like that mayanga. Now, I don't know if you know mayanga, palm kernel oil. I don't know if that is how it is called, but in our local language we call it mayanga. So you can just imagine, if you apply that mayanga on your skin, you just be shining as if my mother, and people will tell my mother that this your child is suffering, that maltreating her. My mom will say, my mom will just think that maybe people are just trying to make her have problems with her brother. I will also tell my mom the same thing. You see, Mom, I'm not happy here, I want to go with you. My mom will say no. Like, this thing happened like 3 good times. And I told people, they told my mom that it's because each time when you are coming here, you always tell your brother or your brother's wife that you're coming. That's why his wife will always wash me, like take my bath, and then so you will not come and meet your child dirty. So one day my mother just surprisingly came. Or my mother came, like she was standing, like I was standing here. She saw me. I did not even see my mother. Like, she saw me before I could even realize she was standing there. My mom saw me. My mom started crying. That day I was just walking like I'm always barefooted, always looking white, dirty, unkept. So my mom saw me. That my mom started crying. My mom was crying and said, so what people have been saying is actually true. So my child is here suffering while I'm still alive. That was what my mom was saying. To cut the long story short, my mom took me and left. My uncle was not yet back from the farm, and when my uncle came back and the wife told him that your sister came here and took her child away, immediately my uncle traveled and went to where my mom was living, came there and asked my mom, how would you come and, like, all these things were happening. I did not know that my father is dead though. I did not know. I was still unaware of it. So everything was just happening. My mom, because my mom was so, well, she was that type of person that would obey her mom. Because of the promise that she made to my mom, she still handed me over to her brother, because her mom later passed away as well. So all of these things were happening. Like all my life, I have been struggling and struggling and struggling and struggling and struggling. And after seeing everything that I went through in life, I'll be the one to fend for myself. I'll be the like, even when I'm passing through stress, I'll not like to tell my mom, because I know my mom is also struggling. I have siblings because my mom later got married. I have siblings. I'll be thinking that I don't want to use my own problem to bother my mom, knowing fully well that my siblings are there. They need to go to school, all of that stuff. And I made this promise to myself that because of what I went through in life, like I'll do everything. Ask my mom about my dad. My mom would not tell me, because after everything was happening, I started getting, people were just saying that I think it was my auntie or one of my cousins that, because no, I went to my auntie, because each time when I talk about my dad to my mom, she will not even respond. She just started shouting at me. I told her that I need to know about my father. Where is my father? I'll keep on asking her the question. She will not respond. So one day I now went to my auntie and I was asking my auntie. My auntie will always be the one to at least brief me a little, like brief me something about my father, all of those stuff. According to my mom didn't want to tell me anything about my dad, because she was scared that it may hurt me. Even when, like, I was already a grown up, she would not even like to talk about it to me. So after everything I went through, I never experienced that fatherly love. So I made this promise to myself that I don't want to have a child out of wedlock, because I don't want my child to experience the same thing that I experienced, all the things that I went through. Because I believe if my dad was alive, if he were to be alive today, things wouldn't have been like this. But because according to the story I hear, because your father or your mother, she or he must not get like have a lot of money, but you know that feeling where you know that your father is around, your mother is around. You see, all of, like, I went through a lot. So I made this promise to myself that I don't want to get pregnant out of wedlock. And so I'm so confused, because I went through a lot. And when that I'm living here, I'm all alone. I've just been thinking and talking to myself, what should I do? Should I abort this child? Well, like, I'm just thinking. Another thing will say, no, God can never give you a problem that you cannot handle, or make you carry a load that is going to be unbearable for you. And every child is a blessing. So that's the only thing that I use to console myself. It has already happened. There's nothing I can do about it. I know there are so many people out there that are looking for the fruit of the womb, but that they are unable to get. I just wanted to share this out there, that like, just talking about this now, I feel like the burden, like I was always feeling depressed, sad, not because of the pregnancy, but because of what I went through. Like, I never experienced the fatherly love that I really wanted. Nothing was there. I was just so lonely. Even now, I just feel like I'm alone, lonely. So I don't know how things are going to. I don't know how things are going to be like now that I'm pregnant, but I'm going to leave everything in the hands of God. I know so many people who watch this video, even the people that know me. Please, nobody should judge me. And I don't care what anybody would think about me or say about me, because there are some people out there, immediately you release something about yourself to the public, they'll use it to insult you, to mock you, to do this. Like, I'm not saying this because I'm not happy with my pregnancy. No, I'm very happy and I'm thankful. I know that there's a saying in the Bible, in any situation you find yourself, always give thanks to the Lord. Only God alone knows. He knows why he allowed it to happen, and I will not keep blaming myself or blaming God or blaming anybody. Yeah, but my main problem is because I never wanted to have a baby out of wedlock, but it happened. It happened because I wanted my child, my unborn children, to experience a fatherly love that I never got the chance to experience. Like, I don't want to be a single mom. I'm not saying that single mom are not doing well with their children. In my own case, my problem was because I do not I was not even living with my mom. My mom was not even the one, because my mom does not even have any problem. She's someone that is very, very supportive. But I think the reason I'm feeling this way is because of the way people maltreated me, especially my uncle's wife. Like, this is something that I'm still begging God if I will be able to forgive her, because she did me a lot of horrible things. Like, I remember when she will cook and she will decide to give me a sour food. She'll give me a sour food. She'll give me a sour food just because I'm not her child. And all of these things were happening because my uncle was not aware, and I did not have the courage to tell my uncle that this is what I'm passing through, because I was always scared that if his wife find out, I'll be in trouble. Maybe that's the main reason I'm scared of this pregnancy. Like, I don't want my child to go the same way, because if my dad was to be alive, had it been he was alive, I will not even go there to even. I will not even. He will not like. He will not even allow me to go and live elsewhere, because my dad, according to what my uncle said, and one of my cousins said, they said my dad loved my mom a lot, and he was always providing for his family. He will do everything to take care of his family. Even when my mom told him that she was pregnant, my mom even told me that when she informed my dad that she was pregnant, my dad was so happy. My dad did not even allow her to even fetch water, to even do some house chores. My dad he will get up very early in the morning and start doing all of the house chores. At times he will even cook before he goes to work. She said my dad was so happy. So that's why you see, all that fatherly love, I never got a chance to experience it. So that's where my fear is coming from. I just pray that everything will go well for me. And please, you all should pray for me and my unborn child. I don't want to continue with this video. Maybe I will tell you more about my story in another video, but right now I don't think I can continue because I'm so emotional and I just can't hold back my tears, because because I've gone through a lot in life. I've gone through a lot. If I start talking here now, the video will not end.